Hi, welcome back to Reading with Mani. I'm Mani, and today I am doing the Quarter Year Crisis book tag, which has been going around the booktube lately, so I thought I'd also do it. Before we get into it, I do want to say that the tag was originally created by Roisin from Roisin's Reading. I think I'm saying that name correctly. And I saw the tag done by many people, actually, that I follow, that I am subscribed to. But the last one I saw was Crystal's video, Crystal from Bond Book Reviews, and she said at the end of her video that if you had not done the tag already and you'd watched till the end of her video and you want to do the tag, you could consider yourself tagged. And how many times can I say the word tag? Anyway, so here I am. Let's just get into the questions, right? I'm gonna look off to the side where I have my laptop with the questions. So question one is, how many books have you read so far? Now I'm counting till the quarter year, so until the end of March, and by the end of March I had read 18 books, which is a lot more than I had read in the same period last year, so I'm pretty happy about that. It has been a really good reading year in general because as you'll see from some of the next questions, I have read really good books. Second question is, have you already found a book you think might be a 2022 favorite? Yes. If not, what was your favorite book that you read that wasn't quite a 5-star? Yeah, I have a lot of 5-star books. I think I've mentioned this before, but I am quite liberal with my 5-star ratings. If I enjoyed the book, I give it 5 stars. I might need to come up with like a better system, because then from those 5 stars, I choose the ones that I would give like they're really special and they would deserve like an extra star, like a 6th star, and that's how I choose my favorites. But yes, I do have a lot of books that I think will end up in my favorites list. I'll show you the ones that I own physically. Like these are all contenders, and all of these that I'll put the pictures up here because yeah, I read good books. This is something that I do actually want to talk about in a future video, is how is it that I am so lucky with the books that I read, and how all of them are really enjoyable and I give them 5 stars. So yes, so just to give you an idea, I have To Paradise, to no one's surprise, because you know, if you haven't watched my reading vlog, I'll link it up there. But yes, this was amazing. Yeah. I also have Middlesex, which is, I have no words. Again, there's a reading vlog for this, and yeah, I still have no words. Then I have 2 Diane Satterfields, The 13th Tale and Once Upon a River. Oh my god, these are the books for me. Like, they're so special. I love them. What else? Let me check my journal, because there's so many 5 stars. There are so many 5 stars. I'm not gonna count the rereads for this. So yes. Oh, definitely How High We Go in the Dark. I just completely adored that book. It just left me with so many thoughts. Like, yeah. A Marvelous Light. I don't know if it'll quite reach the favorite status, but yes, A Marvelous Light was just incredible. I've rambled on for like 2 minutes about one question, so I'll just move on, shall I? Okay, question 3. Any 1-star books or least favorite book of the year? Again, I don't think I've ever given a book 1 star. Last year there was one book that I really hated, which was The Maidens. I hated it and I still gave it 2 stars. Now that I think about it, I should have given it 1 star, but yeah. And that was the only one. And there were a couple of 3 stars, but yes. And this year, so far, I've given a couple of books 4 stars. There's one, I think that my least favorite this year has been Gallant by B. Schwab. When I finished reading it, I gave it 4 stars because I had enjoyed it, but as I think about it, I might just lower it to a 3. Because I enjoyed it, but yeah, it was very young adult, and I am no longer a young adult, as I have mentioned many times, so yeah. I'm not the target audience, that's why I am remiss to do it on Goodreads, but for my own personal purposes, I would lower it to a 3. So that has been my least favorite book so far, but yeah. am good at picking out books that I know I'm going to like. So there you go. Question 4, most read genre so far. To no one's surprise, that is fantasy. Closely followed by historical fiction, although I should say fantasy / magical realism. It's kind of like an overlap, and also historical fiction. Like my niche these days is speculative historical fiction, like books set in a past period of history and there's magic. That's that's what I love. So case in point, you have books like The 13th Tale or Once Upon a River, which have elements of that. And books like The Watchmaker of Filigree Street, which I reread this year, and A Marvelous Light, which was new. So yes, that's what I want. If you have any suggestions or if you have any recommendations for more speculative historical fiction, give them to me. I love them. And then the other one I've read a bit from is sci-fi, and quite a lot of literary fiction, contemporary, that kind of stuff. So yes, the genres I like, basically. Next, a book that surprised you. I think I would have to say there's many ways to take this question. The 13th Tale was very surprised by how much I loved it. I didn't think I would have, again, that like reaction to it. So yes. Oh, and Middlesex. Middlesex was definitely a surprise, because that book goes hard. That's what I'm gonna say. Anyway, then we have a book that's come out in 2022 already that you want to read but haven't. There's so many books. There's so many books that I haven't been able to get my hands on. Not that I haven't had time to read them, but like I haven't physically been able to acquire them because I live in Uruguay, there are some bookstores that sell books in English, but yeah, they don't bring out the latest releases. So just now, like literally a couple of days ago, I found Clara and the Sun here, and it has been out for months and months. So there you go. Off the top of my head, the one that I really want to read is The Leviathan by Rosie Andrews. I've not been able to get my hands on it, and it's very expensive to get it from the book depository, so I don't know. And then there's also The Key and the Lock by Beth something. Let me check my journal. Beth Underdown. Definitely want to read that one. That has been out since January, and I haven't been able to get it. Those are the two that really stand out to me right now that I want to get to, and I haven't been able to get them. Anyway, then we get into goals questions. The first one says, so this will be question 7. It says, one goal you made that you are succeeding at. I don't make a lot of reading goals. I have 2 reading goals basically. One of them is my Goodreads challenge, and I set it at 50 because 50 is the amount of books I actually read last year. I'm doing really well at it because I mean right now in April, because I don't know, I had read 18 books and I was already ahead of schedule, and now I've read 22 books and we're ending April, so I think Goodreads says I'm like 7 books ahead of schedule. So I think it's safe to say that if I keep this pace up, I will definitely be surpassing that goal, so I'm on track. And the other goal that I had this year was to read more and spend less time on my phone, and I did that by deleting Instagram from my phone. Instagram and Facebook, yeah. And I had already deleted Twitter last year or the year before, so I have dramatically narrowed down the time that I spend on my phone. I also deleted like all the games, like literally I don't have any games on my phone now. I only play the New York Times crossword and the spelling bee and Wordle. So those are the only things I play on my phone. It takes a couple of minutes. The crossword might take a bit longer, but that's it. And then I read, and now I have a Kindle, so I can read. I spend even less time on my phone now, which is fantastic. So I'm doing well in my goals. And the next question, that is one goal you need to focus more on. I don't have other goals. I don't set myself like an amount of books that I have to read from a certain genre or from a certain, you know, anything or any books. I mean, one goal that I should have is read more from my physical TBR and stop buying new books. But I also don't want to make that goal. I am a mood reader, and if I have books on my shelf that I am not in the mood for reading, I don't think I'm gonna force myself to do that. Because I want to enjoy what I'm reading, going back to it. Anyway, so those are the goals questions. I'm doing well. And the last one is new to you Booktubers, Bookstagrammers, Booktokers that you recommend. I am not on Instagram, and I am definitely not on TikTok, because, yeah, no. So yes, Booktubers. I have recently followed a lot of Australian creators, like Crystal from Bond Book Reviews, and Paige from Pages with Paige, and Mel from a book film named Mel. I find the way that they talk about books really engaging, and they all have their different styles, and I really enjoy their content. So yeah, those are the last three that I can that really come to mind, but I'll definitely leave others down below, because yeah, I have recently been like following lots of content creators. So that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed me rambling about my favorite books so far, and I'll see you hopefully very soon with a new type of video. I have created something, so stay tuned for that. I think that should come out at the end of April, so that should give you a clue as to what type of video it is. I don't know why I said that like that. I'm just very excited to film it and put it out in the world. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna go before I keep babbling. Leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. Do check out all the amazing content creators I have mentioned down below. Leave me any recommendations for books that you think I should read. And yeah, subscribe for more bookish ramblings. I'm gonna go. Bye. Happy reading.